Okay, so life path number 1. How are you guys? We're going to get it popping for your year-end reading. We're going to check in to see what the theme for 2019 should be for you. We're going to look at what you need to absolutely get rid of. We're going to look at what you're doing right. We're going to look at just, you know, how to keep things going, the things that are going well. We're going to do a little smudge. The people in my building, in my office, were complaining about how much incense or maybe the smoke. So it's not going to be as much smoke as I usually do, but it's okay. I felt like it was a bit microaggressive, although I do understand, but the other lady that was here before me also used incense, and they never complained. I know they didn't because I messaged her and asked her. She's in Bulgaria, but the magic of Facebook is I can talk to her anytime I want still. You know, and plus there's other things too, not just the incense complaint. Like there was, this lady was like knocking on my door every day. Bam, 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 bam. Is anybody in there? I just want to make sure before I lock up the building. It's like, boo, lock up. You don't have to bam on my door while I have clients in here. You're interrupting my Reiki session. It's super quiet. Of course, you're not going to know if anybody's in here. Most of the time, I'm not running my mouth the way I am now because the sessions are pretty quiet. Life path number 1. The new year. We're going to tune into you. We're going to get into your bag, your life. You know, the thing that's coming up to me is how much you care, life path number 1, about like your existence and how much you really want. Because life path number 1 is about desire, you know, about purpose. You really want what you want very strongly. And when you want something really bad, a lot of times that energy can be almost too controlling. All right. Let's look into, and when I say that, I mean that it can get in the way of your manifestations instead of being helpful to your manifestations. So let's get into this Northern Lights deck. We're going to pick a theme. We're going to pick what the theme is for 2019. My mind has been flipping back and forth between 2018 and 2019 all year. I don't know about you guys. I don't know why I've been rushing it, but I don't know. I just been wanting. I almost am ready to say 2020. I'm just ready to say 2020. Okay, life path number 1. The theme for, or themes, whatever pops out, we're going to go with it, whether it's 1 card, 2 cards, whatever. The theme for, and I feel like I need to shuffle a little bit more. The theme for 2019 for life path number 1, as I look over at my Ganesh statue, my little small Ganesh statue that I have over there, just peeping in at us. Oh no, that's what fell out. Something fell out. I have the window open since it's a nice day, and they've been complaining about my incense. I thought I'd open the window and clear it out. That's what the lady told me to do, which I didn't know the window. I could open the windows, but my Parvati picture that's on my altar fell out the window. When I went to the bathroom, I heard something fall, and y'all, I didn't even look behind me because I'm just kind of like in that space, like whatever. Like I have been like dropping things. I dropped a cup full of my pens and pencils and paper clips. They're still on the floor. I'll get them. Like nobody else. I had my Reiki session today already, and it's for my knowledge. Nobody else is coming anytime soon. I'll get to it. So I heard something crash to the ground as I shut the door, y'all, and I just walked out. I was like, here, yeah, whatever. My Parvati picture is outside. Well, maybe she wants to be outside. She hasn't gotten any air. Okay, so life path number 1, theme for 2019. 2019. Life path number 1. The themes. I'm interested to see. I'm a little bit excited to see what comes out. Oh. Ooh. Intuition. Intuition. And you see how, like, the aurora borealis is coming down. You have your team. You're the leader of the pack. You have the direction you're going in, your intuition. Mission. This is going to be a bomb-ass reading. I'm glad that the universe gave me this idea. And the chakras that these pertain to is your 6th chakra, the intuition, 3rd eye. And your mission is your 4th chakra, which is your heart chakra. Beautiful. So if you're ever like sitting with yourself, because we can all give Reiki to ourselves, just by placing our hands on our chakras, even if you don't know the Japanese Reiki symbols to activate the universal life force energy, you still have that very good, very pure life force energy running through your hands. Actually, your hands and your feet are the most positive places for energy on your body, no matter what. Like, if ever you feel depressed or having anxiety or having just like negativity, focus on your hands. They always have really good energy. Secret. All right, so we have this mission and intuition. And let me get my stand. I didn't buy it for nothing. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna put it right here. We can't see it. Mission and intuition. Those are going to be the themes for 2019. Let's just sit with that. Intuition, mission. Actually, I'm going to do this like this. Although it's covering up everything. You can still kind of see the Sri Yantra back there, but you won't be able to see it in a second. Intuition and mission. So now let's look at, before we get back into that, let's look at the lessons that you're supposed to learn by the end of the year. I feel like that's a good way to continue and kind of begin the reading for real. Like, what lessons were you supposed to learn? What lessons are you supposed to learn by midnight, December 31st or January 1st? When the clock strikes midnight. What lessons? Ooh, my nose is itching. I feel like I'm channeling right now. I feel like the ideas that are coming to me are what the divine really wants you to see, hear, feel, think about. What lessons should you have wrapped up by December 31st? Life path number 1. Ooh, I almost had a jumper. Life path number 1. That wants to come out. That's a couple of cards. Let's see what that's 3 cards. So the first card is the Fool reversed. And to me, right off the bat, I'm just going to speak. It's okay for you to move on. Like, it's okay for you to have a new start. Have a new trajectory. Even, just, let go completely of the old. Like, this is more than new energy. This is like, you can forget about the past. You can just totally forget about it. And so the lesson would be to let go. Let go of the past and move forward. Because the next card is the Seven of Cups reverse, which means that, you know, you have had a lot of options, and maybe you haven't made the best decisions. But it's kind of like the universe is like, the offer still stands for you to make the right choices when it comes to your relationship with spirit, and, you know, to let go of your addictions, the things that you hold on to in order to maybe not have to deal with just how much you need to move on. Whatever it is you're holding on to is like, it's like you can't, maybe you never saw your life without maybe like your family, your ex, or the negativity, you know, that comes along with holding on to these things just isn't worth it anymore. And maybe if you sat in the space with your feelings, because cups are about feelings, instead of every time you get triggered, or you have a memory, or you miss your ex, or you miss your mom, or, because I know a lot of you that find my channel have narcissistic parents like me, because I talk about those things on my channel, you know, or you just have attracted very triggering situations because it's what you have needed in order to grow. And you don't know your life without these codependent relationships. You don't know life without it. And so you've been like neglecting your move on or resisting it. And the universe is like pushing you through the portal anyway of a new life. And even like you're happy and you don't feel like you deserve it, or you don't know why you're happy. You don't know, you feel like something's coming up next. And you know, people aren't going to come along with you necessarily. You know, the people that you're used to being around, it's like you're not even talking to them anymore. You're not even trying to be preachy anymore. You know that they're not coming. And, you know, maybe by the end of the year, purge. Maybe you do need a good old fast, like every Monday or something. Like pick a day for December, every day, every week, you know, purge, surrender to letting go. Because the next card is the Six of Swords. The lesson is move on. Move the fuck on. You know, no matter, when I look at this card, I look at a mom and her child. Like, what would make a mother get in a boat when it looks like somebody she don't know? It might be a cousin or third cousin or whatever, like somebody that somebody knows, you know. But like, her back is to her old life and her head is down, you know. Maybe she's in contemplation and thinking about like some of the decisions that she's made, and maybe that she doesn't have everything together with her move on, but she's got to go. The thing is that you got to go. I mean, it's just been, it's been written. These lessons, this lesson, move. The lesson is, so by the end of December 31st, whatever this is, make sure you have moved on from it. All right, so inside of me, inside is like a pain inside of me to
power off.
Thank you. To look deeper into this. So let's look deeper into it. Let's see what else comes out. Lesson. Life path number 1 by the end of the year. What is the lesson? Okay. The Hangman reverse. Stop being fake. Stop selling out. Stop selling yourself short. Let those mofos go. Like whoever it is you're trying to impress, whoever it is, attention that you've been longing for your whole life, it's not going to happen. Like that's, and I can say this through the video, but I'm sure if I said this in your face, you would want to slap me and you would never talk to me again. But the love that you never got from your mom, it's probably never going to happen. No matter how long you stay. And no matter how much you fake being the person that she wants you to be, or your dad, your ex, your boss, the gram. No matter how much you have the picture perfect life materially on the outside, you're still going to feel like nobody really knows you. And you're not living your best life. Get this by the end of the year. Be brave enough to be your true self. The next card that came out, of course, the Hangman reverse is about not following your heart, not being the person you know you need to be in your life, not being true to yourself. And of course, this is going to keep you freaking up at night. So the Fool reverse and then the Hangman reverse, you know, it's telling me that you're resisting moving on. You're just kind of like, maybe one more try, maybe one more conversation, maybe if we hang out and I do some of the things they like to do. How many times have you tried this already? Like how much disrespect of yourself do you have to experience in order to know that, you know, if you disrespect yourself in order to be in relationships with people, they're never going to respect you. Respect is love. And if you're not being your true self, you're not giving people the opportunity to really love you. So again, it's your responsibility to end up in a position to have the right energies coming to you. So maybe what you're resisting is this Hangman upright, to where you're surrendered to who you really are, to your mission, like this card is saying. The Hangman is all about the mission. Don't let the hanging upside down fool you. The Hangman knows what life is all about. And you know, because this is reverse. You're avoiding it. You don't want to be the Hangman. You're like, no, I don't want to go through the rabbit hole. Because the first thing I see when I see the Fool is one karmic contract completed and a new one beginning. It's kind of like being reborn. Getting to know your avatar and living it. you know, living an enlightened life, or, you know, just being born into a new body. This is the infinity type of energy where you die and you come back into a new life, a baby, and you forget what you were doing in past lives, and you just begin the lessons where you left off, and you have a new start, a fresh start, and we're in life again, and we're following our instincts, you know. And this Hangman reverse is definitely telling me that, like, that is something that you are afraid of. It's like you want to be in control so bad, and you don't even know what's coming around the corner for you. After we get finished tearing you to shreds about the lessons you need to learn by the end of the year, we're going to look up what's coming. We're going to look at that. So we have this 9 of Swords. No need for it. No need for it. You need to get into your gratitude bag, writing affirmations about how grateful you are for your life and everything that you have in it. You have a lot to be grateful for. Instead of focusing on maybe the options you don't have and being caught up in addictions because you're not like a famous singer by the end of 2018 and your mixtape didn't take off. You know, like, to me, this is just kind of like saying that you had high hopes, high dreams, and you've been deflated, and now you want to go into your Eddie King Zadang bag. For those of you who watch the 5 Heartbeats, shout out to Eddie King. You know, he's like, I'm the lead singer. And he get kicked out of group for doing cocaine and being arrogant, and maybe you just didn't reach the levels in life in 2018 that you wanted to reach. I'm not laughing at you, but I'm laughing at the human condition and how fast people think that things are supposed to happen for them. You know, life is a puzzle, and let the challenge motivate you. Don't let the challenge put you into your Jack Daniels bag, or to being addicted to smoking weed because it's legal or whatnot. Yes, we got it. It's legal, but that doesn't mean you need to smoke it all in one day. It's not going to. That's not moving forward. Like, and you need to learn to get out of this stuck place by the end of this month. Be out of this stuck place. So I'm giving you clues. Start writing how grateful you are when you wake up in the morning. Listen to the Ganesha mantra every morning. Look it up. I'm not explaining all of that right now. Start doing your exercises for 15 minutes every morning. Start a routine that is healthy. Get into it. Start now. It's time to just let all that other stuff go. You're a perfectionist, but that is not working for you. Like, perfectionism isn't working for you. Trying to be in control has not been working for you. This is where you're at because of it. Something's wrong. All right, so we have this 6 of Swords. You need to be moving on, moving forward with your knapsack on your back by December 31st. Then we have the 9 of Wands reverse and the 8 of Swords reverse. Okay, so this 9 of Wands is telling me that, you know, you're being too hard on yourself. Again, it's a denotation of maybe even needing to ask for help and not really wanting to ask for help. You know, maybe being a bit abusive towards yourself because you want a certain results. maybe not really seeing how far you have come, but instead like looking at the negative of what you don't have. We need to get into our gratitude bag and realize that everybody's path is different. You can't compare yourself to other people. That's not going to help you at all. This is, and the Nine of Wands is about this being your race, your life. This is your race. This is your time. This is your way. You know, other people have their way. You have yours. Look at your birth chart and see how uniquely made you are than everyone else. You know, you look at your Venus and see what makes you feel comfortable. Start having those things around you. Create the life you want based off of who you are, not based off of what other people think you should be or have told you should be. What I'm seeing here is, instead of you being the leader that you are, you know, you are getting down on yourself and creating blockages. Now I am seeing that you will come to your senses and let yourself out this maze and this cage that you have made for yourself. So it's just basically saying, stop being so hard on yourself and let yourself free. Set yourself free, because nobody is doing this to you but you at this point. Oh, I get tired of these cards falling down. Okay. All right. Okay, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. And we still have this intuition and this mission as far as what the theme is for 2019. And what we just got finished talking about is what you need to be done with. What is your lesson for 2018? We're done with that now. We delved into that. You get it? Got it? Good. So from that point, what is up and coming for you in 2019? Maybe for like the first 3 months. Let's look at that. Cards aren't supposed to go here, huh? On the spice rack. But nevertheless, here we are. Babaji! Agua. Shriyansha. Okay. New deck, new vibe. What's up and coming for you for 2019, starting in January, February, and March. Life path number 1. We're starting a new reading. We're clearing out the old energy from the lessons you need to learn for 2019. We get it. Okay. We're taking our walking papers. We're taking orders. We're going to be obedient to spirit. There's certain things that maybe will be cleared out if you move on. You don't have to. You don't have to physically be the person in the situation to actually fix everything. Did you know that? Life path 1. Okay, so let me be the first one to tell you. You don't have to be Captain Save Assist. Oh, bro. Okay? You don't. Move on. Put your own oxygen mask on first. 2019. 2019. What is up and coming for life path number 1? You know, I'm sorry I haven't been on Instagram. I haven't really been on YouTube all that much. I have been working on some astrology charts for Christmas for people and writing them out and researching them all myself. So I'm taking this time to do these readings in between because I lay around and waste time before I start writing anyway. So I'm like, I might as well just do a reading. All right, life path number 1, 2019. Life path number 1, 2019. The new. What do we have to look forward to? What's coming up? Life path number 1, the first card. I'm excited. Ooh. Okay. So, maybe these cards would be cool to keep out for a little bit because I'm seeing things come to. Let me just keep those out. So the first card that comes out is the 8 of Arrows reversed. And we were just looking at the 8 of Swords reversed, the same card. So at the beginning of January, you will be in the beginning stages of setting yourself free. Let's look at the 8 of Arrows in the book and see what it says. Uncertainty, wasting energy in trivial details, confining restrictions of work, life, and place. Heavy, thick energy, sickness that could prove debilitating, accidents, obstructions that regenerate themselves no matter how many times uprooted, chagrin, censure, desperate and destructive conflict, trapped by one's own fears, real or imagined, dominating spouse or life partner, dead relationships, refusal to look at that fact in the eye, self-sabotage and isolation in vicious cycle, victim mentality, waiting for a savior, financially a down phase, even a bad luck cycle, medical tests for nagging, persistent illnesses, lack of faith in oneself and curious trust of unproven others, communications, bogged down or break down entirely, reluctant to assume or assert one's power. And the question in this book says, are you in a codependent relationship? Are you feeling sorry for yourself? How is psychological paralysis rewarding you? And that's kind of what we've been discussing here. Like, that's a great question, Sacred India Tarot. How has this been working for you? How has staying in these codependent, low-key, abusive relationships, I mean, where you're probably on top in the situation, but nonetheless, your life could be that much better if you didn't have this dead weight hanging on to you. So we're letting go of that. 2019, life path number 1, what do we have coming up? Okay, the Knight of Wands, but it's reversed. The 7 of Cups, and it's upright. Okay. All right. This is what this is saying to me. In order for you to really move on in 2019, be willing to do the hard work. The Knight of Wands. Be willing to make the effort now in your relationship with Spirit. 7 of Cups. This 7 of Cups is this young lady here who is very devoted innocently to Spirit. So much so that she brings out a pitcher of water into the forest and waters the grass by the lake, and she feeds the deer. Do you know what type of energy that will give you? You know, outside of my office, there's a cherry tree that I hug from time to time whenever I pick up negative energy that I don't want or that's too much for me. That doesn't happen that often, but sometimes it does. And so I give the tree gifts. I put oranges down by the tree, or like any nice, beautiful fruit, bananas, cherries, and my friend who used to have this office, she would put like pretty threads on the tree, you know, like I feel like your devotion needs to change from these relationships. These people aren't going to change, honey. And I know it's heartbreaking to you, because for some reason you feel like there's something still there for you, and it's just breaking you down and tiring you out. And you're absorbing these people's energies, and it's causing you to stay up late, not to sleep, and to be worried about stuff that even if you did fix it, how would it benefit you? And it seems like you're afraid of benefiting yourself. Let's look at it some more. Okay? All right, so we have the King of Arrows underneath the Eight of Swords. So this is like I want to say an air sign, but it's not. It could be like a Virgo, a Gemini, an Aquarius, or someone that's just like very sharp mentally, but is not emotionally attached and doesn't really care about you. They are really smart, and they are kind of self-centered and selfish. Now, this person could actually be a great person, but they're just not a great person for you. And I see you giving your all to this person because you feel like maybe they're smarter than you. Maybe you feel like you don't have what it takes to move on in your life and do what you want to do. Now, this Queen of Pentacles is Lakshmi. You have it in you to be abundant, but you give your abundance away. You give your abundance away. Maybe you don't really see your value and your worth. But this person does, and they're feeding off of your energy. And it's time for you to see that. You're actually the smart one in the relationship. Did you know that? Do you see that? You're the beautiful one. You're the abundant one. Leave them alone. Make that your goal. Even if you don't feel like, you know, our feelings can be tricky sometimes, because you have these feelings, but you're not even attached to what you think you're attached. It's not the person you're attached to. You're attached to the drama. What would you do if there was no drama? Oh my God. Because then, see, I've pulled the Devil reverse. And I want to take a look at that card. We're going to get you out of this, Life Path 1. We're going to stop this. It's over. Just say it. Say it with me. It's done. Dunzos. It's completely done. You have squeezed the lesson out of this relationship. It's over. And I know that's hard for you to admit, but it's over. All right, life path number 1. Anger. The feelings of being imprisoned or bound are self-created conditions of the mind. We're looking at the Devil reversed. The chains of habit and conditioning, untamed and deeply repressed instincts, especially sexual ones. Unbridled seeking of pleasure and sexuality. striking out preemptively in fear, cowardice, and boastfulness. So well as the Gita described the Asura Prakriti, the devilish nature, that you need no other meanings. Okay? The faults you seek in others are the ones you fear most in yourself. Outmoded belief systems may have trapped you in a prison of habit, comfort, and pleasure seeking. The key word here is outmoded belief systems. I don't know, and here we start off with the Fool. I don't know if you know just how much the universe has waiting for you when you're ready to just let all this go. Alright, let me do one more row of this, and then we're going to move on to February. The Ace of Lotuses, which is the Ace of Cups. Now, this is under the King of Arrows, okay? And it seems like you want this love to come from someone else. But the Ace of Cups is about your own love first. And you cultivating that. You have to have faith in yourself that you can cultivate the love that you think that you need from someone else so bad. And like, why is it that you feel like you need this love from this person so bad? What is it about them? And I feel like it's a bit of you wanting back the energy that you put out. You're like banging, banging, pang, 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 pang. Like, hey, hey, bitch, you're absolutely, it's like you're going to make them love you. You can't make nobody love you. Love is cultivated through consistent, nurturing, nourishment, and training, discipline, and right thinking, wholesomeness, and time. Like, love is cultivated over time by someone, basically what I'm saying, who is a willing participant in the act. It's not, because this is, the Seven of Cups is also about believing that there's this magic or whatever, and you're maybe magically things are going to work out. But maybe not like mentally how you want them to work out. It seems like you have this picture, this picture in your mind that you just cannot stop obsessing about. Because the Devil reverse is about being obsessive as well. I mean, and some people will read it like it's like breaking the chains of the obsession. Like, you're beginning to break the chains of being obsessed by your spiritual practice, making those types of decisions that, I'm going to get out of this obsession. Fine, I'll let it go. I'll take the L. Just take the L. Take the L and move on and love yourself. The Ten of Wands is about you putting a stop to it. And it's a spiritual lesson. Stop. It's like you've had all you can take out of this situation. You've gained everything you can possibly gain from being in this situation. And it's time for a new life. It's time for a new you. And the Ace of Pentacles reversed and the Seven of Swords reversed is telling me that if you don't stop putting energy into this situation, then the whole thing's going to fucking turn up and blow up in your face and get in the way of some of the things you're trying to manifest and what you want the most. Your life will be taken up by conspiracy, lies, and tomfoolery that comes with this person. It comes with them. It's a package deal. They're full of shit. when it comes to the life you're trying to lead. And you need to believe in yourself and in the mission and your intuition and your purpose more than this. This is like not becoming of a life path number one. Now, granted, I say that, and then I'll say this. Your life path, just like your sun sign, is what you're becoming in this lifetime. This is not something you have mastered. So this is the universe taking you through lessons to teach you your worth, what you should be focused on as a life path number one, and how to become a leader. Because in past lives, you spent a lot of time in codependent relationships. Did you know that? The life path number one is here to learn how to stand on their own 2 feet. You're here to learn how to stand on your own 2 feet. And this reading is teaching you. It's showing you how you're not doing that, basically. That's what I'm seeing. Let's move on. Let's move on to, I don't know if do I have enough decks? I know, I do. Let's move on to February. Excuse me, guys. 1 second. Making room. All right. February 2019. Life path number one. Now, time isn't linear. So you could very well wrap up all of these lessons and what these cards are telling you this week. Because honestly, this isn't really like anything that you can't do. This is you not wanting to. This is you being stubborn and believing what for some reason you are meddling in and getting in the way, getting in your own way. And blaming a relationship or people. If you left them alone, say if you died today. This is an example I love to use. Say you died today. What would everybody do? Wake up in the morning, eat their oatmeal, and go to work. Move on. All right. February 2019, life path number one. February. That's good. February 2019, life path number one. February 2019, life path number one. February 2019. Life path number one. February 2019. Life path number one. February 2019. Life path number. Why? I just kept going, so I'll just pull 2 more cards. All right. The first card that came out for February is the Tower. The Tower is a good thing. It's sudden catastrophe and change that you can't control. You need that shit. This is a good thing for you. This is the best thing that could happen to you. And it has to do with, it's interesting 2 cards that get together now. The 4 of Wands and the Tower. It's like home and hearth and happiness. Like you're sitting at home and you're chilling and you're making your hot dog sandwich. I don't know who does that, and I don't know why that came to my mind. I don't even eat hot dogs. Well, I do like a Hebrew national, but that probably happens once. Okay, So the four of wands next to the tower, I feel like magic strikes at home. Magic strikes on your happiness. It's just kind of like some type of something. It's like a lightning, pow, hits you in the head, and you're like, wait, I can see clearly what it is I need to do in order to make myself happy. I can see what is destroying my happiness. And it's funny that this tower doesn't take away from your happiness. It's actually like maybe like a light shining on what it is you need to keep and what it is, ooh, I'm telling the truth, and what it is that needs to leave. It's not that you're down and out because this tower strikes. This is not a fear. I don't really do the fear Latin readings or whatever. But this is more like a helpful, maybe one of your guardian angels bamming you upside the head with a frying pan. And what comes next is the Seven of Swords. You are ridding yourself of the lies, in the words of Candy. You're ridding yourself of the lies and the cheating that you've been doing maybe in your own life. You know, you've been lying to yourself. When you have liars around you and you put up with it, that's you lying to yourself. I mean, and this could also be like someone who's married, because some people like to take it literally. Fine, we can do that. This could be a relationship you're in, a marriage, a commitment that you're in, and you are suddenly struck with the truth that they're cheating on you. Now, someone were asking me about this, like, is my husband cheating on me? And I got these cards together. I would say they're cheating on you with another married person. That could be that as well. But I tend to look at more of it like take responsibility for your own energy type thing. And what I'm seeing is that maybe your happiness has been a lie. Whatever it is that you have been like, being like, this is my happiness, this is my nest in life, you know, this is my commitment. Maybe your whatever you're committed to needs to be torn down. In between this Four of Wands is the Tower and the Seven of Swords. So something's coming in and giving you this revelation. Underneath the Tower, though, is the Ace of Pentacles. Oops, and we don't want this to turn off. 1 second, guys. Running my mouth. Let's plug in this phone right quick. Are we still good? Okay. All right. So, again, this Tower seems like to be like the best thing for you because you finally get back into your Ace of Pentacles where you're finally taking the journey with nothing. It's like you started out in December learning the lesson that you need to move on. By February, this Tower is going to strike and you're going to have this epiphany of, okay, you're going to start asking for what you want, going after what you want, instead of trying to fix this crazy shit that it's a mess. Like, you have to realize that people have been a mess before you existed. At this point, you can't save people. Move on. You know, you have lots of resources, inner resources, outer resources. This is a dung beetle who takes shit and makes houses out of it. Okay? This is what this deck is saying the Ace of Pentacles is representing. Your ability to take what other people think is a disaster and make a home, bitch. That's why I don't let nobody tell me anything about my life. Don't give me advice about anything in my life. Okay? I had, I'm not going to start, this video is already long. I'm not going to start talking about myself. Let me just stay focused, stay focused. All right, so we have underneath the Four of Wands is the Two of Wands, which to me is like, pow, strike of energy, like this really emboldened energy. You're starting to get bold by February. You're like, okay, this is what I got. This is what I can do. Bitch, what you gonna do? And then we have the Knight of Wands, which is beautiful energy. Up here in January, you were not believing in yourself. This is the same energy reversed. You weren't believing that you could make this shit happen. Make this shit happen. You know, but by the time February hits, you'll be on your game, and you'll just kind of be like, I'm in the game and I'm ready to make my moves. Where they at? I'm in this. I'm here. Okay. One more row for February. That was easy. Well, it wanted to be there, so I'll let it be there. And this card was these cards. Not life path. One. All right. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. All right, so we have the Magician reversed underneath the Ace of Pentacles, and that's understandable. You know, you're starting something new and making something out of nothing, basically. And this Magician is telling me that you might rush it. Don't rush the process. Start the process and look at the steps it actually takes for you to master it before you start presenting it to people. Like, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I've got. Because what will happen is that you'll run out of steam too fast, because you won't receive the energy back in return that you really need in order to sustain. So we have the Magician reverse, and then we have the Nine of Wands. Because a lot of times we see the idea and we see the end result, and we see the biggest positivity that we can think of. You know, I want to write a book. So you think of an idea and you're like, oh, that's genius. I love that idea. And you write maybe one chapter or two, and then you start promoting yourself as a writer and as, you know, and then, but nobody knows you as a writer and nobody sees your vision, but you're expecting encouragement. You're expecting some type of something back in. It doesn't happen that way. It has to be this way. You know, you put in your work, you put in your research. Maybe you start off slowly, giving people like a couple of sentences of wisdom on your Instagram or Facebook page. You know, just being consistent in a small way without making big announcements, so that you don't get discouraged and you don't try to manifest something before it's actually before it's actually time and it's ripe. We have the Nine of Wands next to the Magician, saying that, you know, maybe in this area you are an expert, because we saw the Nine of Wands up here somewhere as well. Okay, we saw the Nine of Wands here. at the end of December, the lessons you need to learn. So here it was reversed. So the Nine of Wands here is saying that you have put in the work and you are seasoned in whatever else, whatever it is that you're trying to do. But maybe you've never put yourself out there in the world before. And I'm seeing here that whoever your partner is or has been is not really encouraging. And I feel like that's where you fall flat. Like these codependent relationships where you don't get your needs met and people don't see you for who you actually are. They're going to make you miss out on your blessing. And then you're going to want to blame them. And then we're back at square one. We're not doing this. You're not doing this. You're not going to ruin something you're building. Don't give or show your ideas to this person that isn't healthy for you. Cut them out. So now let's look at March. And I thought I had my other. I do. All right. She has lots of decks. All right. Yeah, because the Two of Wands is about having 1 foot in and 1 foot out. 1 foot in the future, 1 foot in the past. And it looks like you step back into your past. And you might miss out on some of your gifts because of it. So let's look at March, life path number 1, 2018. Don't do that. Whenever you want to pick up the phone and dial that person's number, because I understand this is a person that you used to share, y'all shared a lot together, apparently, and you're used to calling them and talking to them about like your everyday life. Ooh, I have an idea. Yay. Okay. But it's different now. You're at a new stage and you need something else, apparently. And whatever it is you guys had and didn't have is not working for you anymore. And it hurts you. And it's not good to hurt yourself all the time. People do it a lot emotionally. We don't, in our society, we haven't learned how important our emotional body is. But imagine you breaking your toe or breaking your leg every week. You just wouldn't do it. You protect it. So think of your emotions in that light. All right. Okay. March. Life path number 1. March, life path number 1. Should have known. I'll just let that stay there. All right, so for those of you who don't know, it's really hard for the spirit world to not read the present. And what I'm finding in this reading is that because of where your energy is at right now and what you're doing right now, these are the projections for you in the future based off of, which makes sense. The universe can only read your energy from where you're at. So I don't want you to get discouraged, like this has to keep going on. you could make a decision right now and it'll change the whole reading if you get another reading from somebody else. You know, but yeah, these are your lessons. All right, so the Seven of Wands, this is for March, okay? And the Osho Zen Tarot, it's like you're trying to hold everything together because that's what you're used to doing, okay? You're trying to do too many things. And again, we have the Fool energy reverse that we started off with at the top. And anytime you see the Fool anyway, that means that you could just completely make a decision and all this shit will be done. Like, as soon as you decide that it's over, this new energy is waiting here for you. No, like throughout this whole reading, this card, these two cards trump the whole reading. The Fool, anytime I see the Fool, it's just kind of like, oh, you don't even have to go through this. You're deciding to go through this. And again, we have the Two of Wands, possibilities, okay? The Two of Wands energy under the Stress card is basically telling me you don't have to go through this. You are you need to understand the power of the decisions that you're making and that you're making these decisions. You need to, you really need to see your power. Like, you don't understand. You don't understand your power. And what came out within this is the Trust card. You know, is this the Knight of Cups or the Page of Cups? I can't tell. I think it's the Page. It's about you being renewed and restored and feeling fresh. Having a new beginning and a new start. That's refreshing for you. You have that. But you've been conditioned to take on other people's burdens, okay? I hate this lady riding this guy's back. He looks completely depleted and tired. And then we have the Ten of Wands again, which is saying that, okay, you're having another awakening to the fact that this is done, this is over, this is tired, this is clouding my judgment, this is taking over my life. I feel like I'm in bondage. And you do have the power to create something else. This is the King of Wands. You have the power to transform this energy and create the life you want. After you've had enough and it's become something that is so overwhelming and you can't bear to take it on anymore, this creative energy and this power, and I feel like it looks like for each of the 3 months, your power gets stronger and stronger. Your resolve gets stronger and stronger. See, you might see this person riding your back, and you're like, no, I'm going to break free. I decide to be free. I don't know why I called you. I'm sorry for bothering you. Don't ever call me again. I'm done. You know, you get into your power. And this is the Ripeness card I was thinking about. And here we have Transformation. The Death card. This is a death that you're watching happen. This is a transformation along with the Tower that you've been waiting on. You know, it's like you need to see how chronic and bad the situation actually is. And maybe this is new for you this lifetime, or just in any lifetime. Maybe you haven't experienced yourself like this, like standing on your own 2 feet and actually being ready. This is the Nine of Pentacles, to being ready to take on life as yourself, in your power, in your truth. You know, without the codependent relationships. Can you imagine yourself without a codependent relationship? Life path number 1? I mean, really. Let's ask that question. And I think I have one more row to do. Nope, that was it. So what we're going to do lastly is come back into this intuition and this mission, okay? And I'm going to pull the Arcana from the Arcana of Astrology deck for you. So let's look at the intuition first. What I'm seeing is, you know, you being in contact with Source. You letting go of and trusting that your creative power, your energy, your mission, because the King of Wands is all about their purpose and their mission, and so is the Fool. It's greater than this codependent relationship. Intuition. You have to trust your purpose to carry you through your life. Intuition. Life path number 1. Haha. This reminds me of this card, Leo. So this is about you like having fun with your creativity, which I was hoping the playfulness card would come out of this Northern Lights deck, because I feel like that's what you need, life path number 1. Like some fun, some joy, some confidence in yourself. These cards are very confident cards. And you don't really allow yourself to feel confident that much and to have fun and to shine. That Leo is about shining and maybe bragging on yourself. I mean, you're always going to be modest. And sometimes I feel like life path number 1 cares so much about not shining too hard, because maybe in your childhood, you know, you didn't mind shining and you didn't mind standing out in front. But people made you feel like you have to take a back seat. So I feel like this manifests in these relationships where you get into relationships with people that tell you you're shining too much, and they feel threatened by you. So then you end up holding yourself back, and it becomes like a really bad habit that's hard to break out of. Okay, that's your intuition. So it looks like your intuition is going to be telling you to shine. Your intuition is going to be like, don't be afraid to shine. That makes me want to cry. Your intuition is like, don't be afraid to shine. Don't be afraid to boss up. Don't be afraid to be a leader. My nose is itching. Truth. Don't be afraid to be a leader. Don't be afraid to put yourself up front. You do have the skills, because the King of Wands is about you do have the skills. This is your solar plexus shining here. You are industrious. You are going to be focused on making money and shining, and on your business, and on being a leader, being a creator. This is the creator next to Leo. That's your focus for 2019. And it took us 1 hour and 13 minutes to get to it. All right, so the next card is the mission. So let's see what comes out. Mission, like that number 1. The King of Wands is very mission oriented. Very industrious, a spiritual teacher, a spiritual healer. Again, the theme for you, this is the sun, which is the same thing as this. But even more so, the sun for everyone is about vitality, life force, energy, your purpose, the source. And again, we have these themes of you connecting to the source. If you stay connected to your source, then you won't be thinking about this freaking person that, you know, you try to talk to them about. You're trying to get permission from someone to let you shine. That's never going to happen, babe. You have to give this permission. You have the permission already. All of us are trying to heal our childhoods in some way. So in your childhood, it was definitely expressed to you that it wasn't okay for you to be you. Basically, this is you being you. And this is what's going to make you the most happy. You are a happy person. You're not this person that's depressed and crying over someone. That's the old you. That's what you used to do. And make it a used to do. It's time. In December, say that to yourself every morning. I used to be in a codependent relationship. I used to sabotage myself. I don't do that anymore. Now I'm spitting hot fire like Dylon. I laugh. I play. I create. I have sex. I'm popping. I'm important. You are. We need you. Life path number 1. We absolutely need you to shine. Who else is going to do it? You know, if the universe is giving you instructions to shine and you don't do it, what are we going to have for inspiration? Do you know that the sun god and the sun goddess in mythology and, you know, in ancient civilizations that had their shit together? In India now, they still have their ancient text, and they still have their culture intact. Thank God for them, because they're an example, which is why I follow the Hindu mythology, mysticism, because it's still intact. I can still use it as a present day example. The sun god is an example for everyone, an inspiration for everyone, just like the sun in the sky. Without it, we will all be depressed. We need our vitamin D from you guys. And I'm not talking about dick, okay? I'm talking about your natural ability to see the positive and to shine and be a leader and be full of hope, full of joy, to be an oracle and to just give that healing, deep, mystic energy. Give it to us. We need it. And fuck the haters, because they're just going to hate. That's what they do. And if it's not they're not hating on you, they're munching on someone else, like them little ugly things in Pac-Man. That's what they do. That's what they were created to do. Let them be your motivators to go within. Give them Reiki. That's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to have a healing session for all my haters and give them all Reiki healing. But anyway, this session is over. And I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I enjoyed doing it for you. I'm going to get back to my homework, finishing editing these astrology charts. And peace. Happy New Year.